Hello, welcome into my workshop and welcome to the show Creations in Clay. My name is Louis Palladini, and tonight I would like to make an animal that everyone's very familiar with. It's a kangaroo. And you know, it is from a country of Australia, which is also a continent, and I thought that'd be an interesting one to do tonight. And tonight we will be using Sculpey 3. And the one that I have here, we're going to be using, it's called Buried Treasure. I like the color, so I thought it'd be a good one to use for the kangaroo. And then we'll also be using black and for the eyes. I'll show you the size balls of clay we'll be using tonight. For the body, we're going to be using this size right here. And then for the legs, I have these two balls here. And we will be making the arms and some the ears, but that'll be easy enough though to show you. We can just grab a little clay off the clay we have here and do that. And we do have some black clay, but we also be using a wire armature. It's flexible wire. We're going to be using a piece about this long for the body. And then we'll be using two shorter pieces like this, which for the legs. And that way it'll be reinforced so it'll be able to stand up. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to work on doing the body. So I'll show you, it's going to include the head and the tail down to here. So we're going to take this ball of clay here, and I'm just going to work it. So the first thing I want to do is kind of make a ball up here for where the head's going to be. And then I'm going to pinch it down here. We want to make the tail. See how I'm pulling that out? I just to show you how that, and I'm doing that. That way we can make the nice tail. We'll just keep working it. So the basic shape that we want is, we'll roughly have the shape that we want. It's going to look like that. See, that's the tail. That'll be the body. That'll be the head. And then what I also want to do is kind of pull this out a little bit so I can make the snout or the nose on the kangaroo. See, I'm working that, kind of pulling that out. Just like that. And that's the shape that we want for the nose portion right there. And then I'm just going to, I also kind of want to make a jaw line, which is right here. See, I'm making that right there. See how I did that? And I'll do the same thing for the other side. I'll use my thumb. And we'll just keep working that. Now I'm going to take this piece of wire, but it looks like I need to stretch this out a little bit more. Need to make the tail a little longer. We can see this piece of wire right here for the body. I am going to stick this in on top here like this. See how I'm placing that on top? What I want to do is take that and push it into the clay. Now that we kind of have the shape, I want to push that in. So that will reinforce it, which will enable it to stand. So I'm going to push that in like that. And then what we're going to do is going to wrap the clay back over it like this. See how I'm pinching the clay over the piece? And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm pinching it back over so we can't see it. We'll smooth that out again because that way. Just like that. See how we're doing that? Making the nice long tail for the kangaroo. Just going to try to smooth that and then take my thumb and smooth it a little bit like that. See how we're doing that? Taking my thumb and smoothing it over. And now I'll take the tail. So now he's coming along. Coming along nicely. The next thing that I'd like to do is I'd like to make the legs. And I'll show you, these are the legs right here. See how they got the nice big, it's almost like a flat foot. And I'll show you how to do that. And we're going to insert the wire into those also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these balls here. I'm going to take a piece of wire. I'm just going to stretch this out a little bit like this. See that, how I'm doing that? Pull it out. And what I want to do is insert that into the leg like that. And then we'll cover it over like we did with the other one. We're going to do the same thing for the other leg. So I'm going to take this, pull this out, just like that. See, I'm pulling that out. And then what I want to do is I want to take this and place it inside the clay. See, I'm placing that on top, and you push it in. I'm going to push it like that. And then we take and we wrap this over, pull the clay over the piece of wire so you can't see it. So now what we want to do is I want to take and I want to make this into one of the big feet. So I'm going to take this, kind of mold that into that shape, and then I'm going to take see, think of an L. That's the shape that we want. And I'm going to proceed to do the same thing with the other one. And I want to make sure that these are approximately the same size. See how I'm doing that, doing the comparison? I'm going to just do that. Just like that. And the next thing that I would like to do is I want to attach these legs to the kangaroo. So I'm going to probably take that and I'm going to work that into the kangaroo like that. See that? And then we'll proceed to do that to the other side. I want to make sure I'm putting this approximately the same location. See that? Just do it like that. Now we do have some additional clay, so what I want to do We got him standing. I do have some extra clay here. I want to build up the legs a little bit here. Add a little clay here. See that? We'll put some on the back too. I'm going to build that up a little bit. We'll put that down. I'm going to add the clay. Just like that. And then I'll show you, we'll do the same on the other side. Just add that. And I'll get a little more clay. I want to build that up. So now he's about right now. And the next thing we want to do is I want to make the arms. So I'm going to grab some clay off here. We're using the additive technique. Thinking this might be the right size ball right here. See that right there? I'm going to try to get two balls about the same size. Then I'll show you how we'll make the arms. So what I'm going to do is we pull this out like this. See how I'm pulling that out? Just like that. So what I'm going to do is put like a little bend in it like that. That's going to be like the little paw. See that shape that I just made? We want to do another arm just like that. And I'll show you. We'll take this, pull it out like this. See how I'm pulling it out? Then we can create that little paw, create that little bend. And I want to make sure they're about the same size. And we're going to place that right there. See that? Just like that. And we'll do the same on the other side. See how we did that? Just like that. The next thing that I want to do is I'd like to make the ears. So we're going to take some of use the additive technique again. And I'm going to take some clay, probably about that much, that size ball. I'll get two of those. You see, I want to add a little bit more to this one. Then we'll see if the ear. So now I'm going to make the ears. So what I want to do is see, I'm trying to flatten that out a little bit. And then I'm going to almost make like a leaf-like shape. Just like that. See how I'm doing that? Then I'll make the other one. Put that one down. See that? Flatten that out. See I'm flattening that out. Just like that. And then I'm kind of making that leaf-like shape. I know he just fell over, but we'll fix him. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a toothpick and I'm going to make like little indentations in here. See that? So I made the indentation. We'll do the same for the other one. We'll take the toothpick like that, make that nice little indentation. See I'm doing that? Just like that. And now what we're going to do is place the ears up here. See I'm attaching that? They do have big ears, so, and don't worry if the proportion's a little off. This is just I just want you to get the technique down so you know how to do it. And then we're going to take, and I'll attach the ear to the other side here. So we can take the toothpick and we can, see I'm doing that? And then for the eyes, I'm going to take, and it's going to stick the toothpick in like that. See how I'm doing that? And I'm going to do it on the other side also. See? And we rotate. And I just want to rotate a little more. See that? The eyes? The next step we're going to do is we're going to take this black clay here, and I'm going to take just a very tiny piece, just enough to fill the hole. I'm going to at least get a couple of them ready. So now you can see that little black piece there. We're going to take, I think that might be a little too big, so I'm going to take a little more clay off of it. Then roll up my fingers again. And you can put it in there like that, inside the hole. Then we're going to take the same and do the same thing on the other side. Just like that. Don't worry if the proportion's a little off. You can, like what we can do now, I noticed that that's a little big. We can also make that even smaller for the eye. So I'm going to take that out. Because sometimes, you know, you make the piece and it just doesn't look right. So I made this smaller. That looks a little better, and I'll do the same thing for the other eye. I'll take that piece out, and I'll take some of that black clay away. He doesn't want to stand up for me tonight, huh? But that's okay. We're going to take, and I'm going to place that black piece of clay in there like that. So it looks a little better. And then when we want to do the nose, it's going to be fairly easy. You go like this. See that? And then we're going to go like this. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. See that? I almost think of like a T. And then I'll just make a line for the mouth like that. See how I did that? See the little T for the nose? And then for the feet, what I'm going to do is make indentations with the toothpick like that. You can do like 3 or 4, and then I'll do the same thing for these, for the paws or the hands. Just make little indentations. See how we did that? And the next thing that what I would do is we want to make fur. So just take the toothpick like that and just make little indentations for the fur like that. And you're going to go all around the kangaroo in that manner. You're going to do the legs that way, the tail, and I will show you what the final version will look like once he's completed, once you've done all the fur. And this is the final version of the kangaroo. You see that the nice big ears that he has, the black eyes, that nice nose that I did like in the T shape, the little hands or paws, the feet. That's what he looked like from the side there, front, and the other side, from the top. And there's your kangaroo. So I do hope that you enjoyed coming to Creations in Clay tonight, and I do look forward to seeing you again next week. And I just wanted to point out that this is ready for firing once you make the fur and cook it for about, or bake it for about 15 or 20 minutes at 275 in the oven, and you're all set. Thank you.